Outwards, turn! Hooray! Standard east! Stand easy. Stand up, party. Stand up. Face.
flag. Number 2 flag, shunt.
Good afternoon. Lord Lieutenant, Provost of Angus, Commander Number 2 Army Cooperation Squadron, officers and all ranks currently serving with the squadron. On behalf of the people of Angus, the Provost, members of Angus Council, it gives me great pleasure to recognise the outstanding services rendered by Number 2 Army Cooperation Squadron to this country, at home and abroad, in peace and war. The freedom of entry into the district of Angus and on all ceremonial occasions allows you to march with bayonets fixed, drums beating and colours flying as granted by Angus Council in September 2018.
Stand easy.
Wing Commander Lee, officers and all ranks of Number 2 Army Cooperation Squadron Royal Air Force, on behalf of the citizens of Angus, I extend the warmest of welcomes to you when you return to the Royal Borough of Montrose in the county of Angus. It gives me great pleasure to see you here among us today in celebration of the squadron, the Royal Air Force, and the important history that forever connects us here at Montrose. It is an association which we are extremely proud. I have noticed that the squadron's habit of being first to achieve something has not diminished over the years. Last year, the squadron's aircraft were upgraded and equipped to allow the deployment of Meteor to air missile, Stormshaw cruise missile and Brimstone precision attack missiles. Subsequently, the squadron threw the Royal Air Force's first quick reaction alert scramble armed with Meteor missiles from RAF Lossiemouth. Then earlier this year, while supporting military interventions in Iraq and Syria, Number 2 Squadron were the first to fire the Brimstone missile operationally from a Typhoon aircraft. We thank you for your courage and your service during what are uncertain times. Today, the technology at the Royal Air Force's disposal is a quantum leap from these first pioneering forays into military aviation more than a century ago. What your predecessors did have in common with you was their bravery, in their case when faced with rising tensions in Europe and ultimately war against Germany. We are extremely proud that under the Royal Flying Corps, Number 2 Squadron was the first to land its aircraft at Montrose Air Station in 1913 and is recognised as the oldest fixed-wing squadron in the world. Your arrival heralded 100 years of aviation history for the town and marked Montrose out as the location for Great Britain's first operational military station. All of this before the Royal Air Force, the world's oldest independent air force, had been established in 1918. It is an association that we cherish, and our friends at the Montrose Air Station Heritage Centre do a superb job of keeping that history alive and relevant for both young and old. Back to today, where you march through this royal borough as Freeman of Angus, I, along with my colleagues at Angus Council, was delighted to endorse the request of the Montrose Air Station Heritage Centre and grant the Freedom of Angus to Number 2 Army Cooperation Squadron in 218 in the Royal Air Force's centenary year. It is richly deserved. You are part of our Angus family. We are proud to have you here and to have you as our outstanding ambassadors for our country. When you leave us at the end of today, I understand that most, if not all of you, will be heading home on leave. Enjoy that time with your family and friends, because it is richly deserved. Thereafter, wherever your next deployment is, please take with you our thoughts and our prayers, as well as our respect and great appreciation for your loyal and distinguished service.
Provost, Lord Lieutenant, citizens of Angus. As a station commander, it is my honour to accept the freedom on behalf of Number 2 Army Cooperation Squadron. Stations often have freedoms of their local cities, but for a squadron to have one is an extremely rare occurrence, and it shows the special depth of the relationship. The squadron has tried to maintain links ever since its origin here 160 years ago. With the move to RAF Lossiemouth, this became a bit easier, but as you'll know, it's still a long way between the two places. I might point out, however, that in a Typhoon, it is a mere 10 minutes. Ultimately, though, the links have above all been maintained by the people here, the people of Angus, and for that we are extremely grateful. We cannot thank you enough for the support that you are offering to the Royal Air Force, and in particular to Number 2 Army Cooperation Squadron. I'd like to take a moment to point out that today is the last day in command of Wing Commander Jim Lee, who has carried out exceptionally dedicated commitments to ensuring that Number 2 Squadron has remained, without doubt, second to none. We've heard about the past, but today is very much about the future. And with the granting of this freedom, our future relationship is assured. Thank you very much. Padre Colin.
Left, turn!